Most men walk through relationships blind, never understanding what a woman's true signals are. But if you've ever sat back and wondered why a woman treats some men like they're irreplaceable, while others get ghosted without warning, you're about to find out why. There's something powerful about the things she shares with you when you've reached a level no average man ever does. If you're ready to unlock her deepest truths and break free from today's cycle of failed relationships, stay with me until the end. You'll learn not only what she reveals to the one, but how you can position yourself to be that man. Comment, "I'm ready" right now, and let's dive in. Women don't operate by the same logic as men. You've heard it before. Men want sex, women want love. But that's only scratching the surface. Women operate on emotional investment. They give themselves fully only when they feel completely safe, understood, and supported. The mistake most men make is assuming that attraction is enough to sustain her loyalty. It's not. She needs something deeper. What a woman reveals when she trusts you is more valuable than gold. It's her vulnerability, her past, her future, and her emotional center. If you don't understand what these things mean when she gives them to you, you'll lose her to someone who does. And trust me, someone always will. We're going to explore the 5 things a woman shares only when you've earned a place in her heart. If you've heard any of these before and didn't know what they meant, it's time to listen closely. If you haven't, you need to understand why that is and how to change it. This isn't about manipulation. This is about being a man who commands her respect, trust, and loyalty naturally. Number 1, her fears. When she tells you she's afraid of losing everything, afraid of failing, afraid of being left behind, she's not just confessing her fears, she's baring her soul in front of you. Don't think for a second that this is just another conversation. This is a defining moment in your relationship, and most men fail it because they don't understand how sacred it is. When a woman shares her fears, it's not a cry for help. It's a call for stability. Women live in a world that constantly judges them. They're judged on their looks, their choices, their careers, and especially their vulnerability. Society expects them to smile through the pain and pretend everything is perfect, but inside, they're battling demons you can't see. When she trusts you enough to tell you about those demons, you've unlocked a part of her that most men never will. She may tell you about her fear of ending up alone, of being used and discarded like she's seen so many other women experience. Maybe she's been cheated on before, and the betrayal still haunts her. Maybe she's watched her mother endure a toxic relationship, and now she's terrified of repeating that cycle. When she tells you these things, understand what's happening. She's not asking you to solve her problems. Women aren't looking for heroes. They're looking for men who won't run when things get real. Most guys crumble when faced with this kind of emotional weight. They either try to fix her fears with meaningless advice, or dismiss them entirely, thinking it's just women being emotional. Those are the men who lose her. The men who win are the ones who listen, who hold space for her vulnerability without flinching, without judgment. They know that strength isn't about fixing her. It's about being the man who stands firm when her world feels like it's falling apart. If she tells you she's afraid of failing in her career, or that she doesn't feel good enough, don't brush it off by saying, "You're amazing, don't worry about it." That's weak. She doesn't need your empty reassurance. She needs to feel like she's not carrying the weight of the world alone. A strong man listens and then asks, "What do you need from me right now?" That's it. Simple, powerful, and effective. Because when you show her that you're there to support her emotionally without trying to fix her, she'll see you as someone she can rely on. And when a woman sees you as her rock, her desire for you will deepen. Women are turned on by emotional security. It's not just about physical attraction. When she knows that she can be vulnerable with you and you won't see her as weak, She'll crave you in ways that go beyond the surface. Because in today's world, where most men are too fragile to handle a woman's emotional depth, being the man who can make you irresistible. Understand this. When she's lying next to you and she tells you about her worst fears, that's not just pillow talk. That's intimacy on a level most men will never experience. And if you handle it right, you'll create a bond that's unshakable. Women remember the men who made them feel safe. They forget the ones who ran at the first sign of vulnerability. Don't be the guy who makes her regret opening up. Be the man she thanks silently every night because she knows you're different. And trust me, when a woman feels that kind of emotional connection, her physical attraction to you will skyrocket. She'll want you, not just sexually, but mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. She'll see you as the man who gets her, the man she can surrender to completely because she knows you won't judge her, abandon her, or use her vulnerability against her. When she opens up about her fears of rejection or abandonment, don't respond like most men do by saying, "I would never do that to you." Actions speak louder than words, and she's watching yours closely. When she's scared, hold her tighter. When she's crying, don't try to stop the tears. Let her feel what she's feeling. Your presence is enough. The truth is, women don't need grand gestures to feel loved. They need consistency. They need to know that when life gets tough, you won't disappear. They need to know that when they show you their darkness, you won't run toward the light. If you can give her that, you'll unlock a side of her that most men only dream of experiencing. She'll trust you with her body, her mind, and her heart. And that's when she becomes fully yours. Number 2, her childhood. When a woman starts telling you stories about her childhood, don't make the mistake of thinking she's just reminiscing. This isn't about cute memories of summer vacations or birthday parties. This is about the moments that shaped her into the woman she is today, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Most men listen to these stories, but miss the depth behind them. They hear the words, but don't understand the emotional weight. Don't be that man. When she tells you about her father walking out on her family when she was 8 years old, or how she watched her mother struggle to put food on the table, she's not just giving you her history. She's giving you the keys to understanding her emotional triggers, her insecurities, and her deepest needs. If she tells you she grew up in a household where love was conditional, where she only received affection when she achieved something or behaved a certain way, that's a sign that she may struggle with feeling worthy of love. She may constantly seek validation or fear that you'll leave her if she doesn't meet your expectations. Pay attention to these clues because they will show up in your relationship. If she had a father who was overbearing and critical, she may be overly sensitive to your opinions. If she had a father who was absent, she may test you to see if you'll abandon her too. These aren't just random behaviors. They're patterns rooted in her childhood experiences. And if you don't understand them, you'll misinterpret her actions and react in ways that push her away. For example, if she becomes distant after an argument, it's not always because she's mad at you. It could be because conflict triggers memories of feeling unsafe as a child. If you respond by giving her space and showing her that you're still there when she's ready to talk, you'll build trust. But if you react with anger or frustration, you'll confirm her worst fears, that love is temporary and conditional. Women don't always express their needs directly. They communicate through actions, emotions, and subtle cues. A man who understands this can navigate her emotional world with ease. A man who doesn't will get lost in the chaos and blame her for being too complicated. When she tells you about the times she felt invisible as a child, don't just nod and move on. Ask her how it affected her. Show her that you're not just listening, you're connecting. Women crave emotional connection more than anything else. They want to feel understood, not just heard. And when you show her that you understand her on a deep level, she'll open up to you in ways that most men will never experience. She'll feel safe enough to let down her guard, to be vulnerable, and to give you access to the parts of herself that she keeps hidden from the world. This is where the magic happens. When a woman feels emotionally connected to you, her physical desire for you intensifies. She'll crave your touch, not just because of physical attraction, but because you make her feel seen, valued, and understood. This is the kind of connection that leads to mind-blowing intimacy, the kind that makes her want you even when you're not in the room. Women are turned on by emotional depth. The men who understand this are the ones who keep their women loyal, passionate, and deeply connected. The men who don't are the ones who wonder why she's pulling away, why she's suddenly not in the mood, and why she's emotionally checked out. If she tells you that she was bullied as a child or that she struggled with self-esteem issues, pay attention. This will affect how she views herself in the relationship. She may need more reassurance than other women, or she may have walls up that take time to break down. Don't see this as a burden. See it as an opportunity to be the man who makes her feel like she's enough. Because when a woman feels like she's enough in your eyes, she'll give you everything: her love, her loyalty, and her body. And when a woman gives you everything, you've won the game of relationships. Not through manipulation or tricks, but through genuine connection and understanding. When she talks about her childhood, she's not just telling you where she came from. She's showing you the roadmap to her heart. Follow it carefully, and you'll go places most men never will. Misread it, and you'll be just another guy who couldn't handle her complexity. The choice is yours. Number 3. Her future dreams. When she opens her mouth and tells you about what she dreams of, whether it's building a successful career, traveling the world, having a family, or starting her own business, understand this: she's not just talking for the sake of it. Women don't waste their time sharing their future plans with men they see as temporary. If she's letting you into her vision, she's evaluating whether you're the man who fits into her future or just a distraction on the way there. And don't fool yourself into thinking that just being physically present is enough. It's not. She's watching how you react. She's paying attention to whether you dismiss her ambitions, support them half-heartedly, or fully engage with her vision. Your response tells her everything about the role you'll play in her life. A woman who talks about her dreams is a woman who's testing whether you're a man with purpose. Women are naturally attracted to men who have their own vision of the future, because that shows leadership. If you don't have direction in your life, she'll see it. If she tells you she wants to own a house by 30 or retire early and you laugh it off or tell her it's unrealistic, you're not just killing the vibe, you're killing her attraction to you. Women want men who believe in ambition, in forward movement, in growth. They don't want men who are stuck in the same routine year after year, hoping things magically change. Think about it. If she talks about her future family, she's not just fantasizing about babies and white picket fences. She's evaluating whether you're the kind of man who can provide stability, discipline, and structure. If she talks about financial independence, she's analyzing whether you're the type of man who respects her ambition or if you're secretly insecure about her success. If you're the guy who constantly complains about how hard life is or blames the system for why you haven't achieved anything, she'll see right through you. Women can smell weakness, and nothing turns them off faster than a man who isn't doing anything to improve his situation. But a man with purpose, a man who's actively working toward his goals, will make her want to align her dreams with his. Here's where most men fail. They think that supporting a woman's dreams means becoming passive cheerleaders. "You can do it, babe," is not what she needs. She needs to see that you have your own dreams, that you're chasing them relentlessly, and that you understand how both of your futures can intertwine. If she talks about traveling the world, you don't just say, "That sounds fun." You talk about how you've always wanted to visit certain places, and you start making plans. If she mentions wanting to start a business, you don't nod politely. You ask her what her vision is and how you can support her along the way. A man who takes action and shows genuine interest in her dreams will ignite her desire on a deeper level. Why? Because women crave men who can lead without dominating, who can inspire without overshadowing. When a woman includes you in her future dreams, she's not just sharing random thoughts. She's inviting you to be part of her long-term plan. And if you don't understand the significance of that, you're already losing her. Women don't invest emotionally in men who don't show potential. They may have fun with you in the short term, but they won't stay. They won't fight for you. They won't be loyal when things get tough. The men who keep women around are the ones who understand that being part of her future means constantly growing, constantly improving, and constantly making her feel like you're both building something meaningful together. That's what makes her crave you. That's what makes her fantasize about you at night. That's what makes her want to be the woman who stands by your side, not because she has to, but because she wants to. Number 4, her relationship failures. When a woman talks about her past relationships, it's not because she's stuck on her ex or looking for sympathy. She's laying down the blueprint for what she needs, what she fears, and what she won't tolerate again. Most men make the mistake of tuning out when women talk about their exes. They think it's irrelevant, or worse, they get insecure, assuming she still has feelings for him. Wrong. She's giving you valuable information that can either help you win her heart or guarantee you'll lose her just like the man before you. If she tells you that her ex made her feel invisible, that's not just a story, it's a warning. She's telling you that emotional neglect is a deal breaker for her. If she says her last relationship ended because her partner couldn't handle her ambition, she's testing whether you'll be the same. If she mentions infidelity, she's not just sharing pain, she's letting you know that trust is non-negotiable. Everything she says about her past is a reflection of what she's looking for now. Ignore it, and you'll make the same mistakes her ex did. Pay attention, and you'll know exactly how to position yourself as the man who gives her what she truly desires. Here's the brutal truth. Most men think they're different from the last guy, but they're not. They repeat the same behaviors because they don't take the time to understand what went wrong before. Women don't expect you to be perfect. They expect you to learn, adapt, and grow. When she tells you about how her last partner made her feel insecure or unloved, don't dismiss it as baggage. It's not baggage, it's the roadmap to her heart. If you make her feel heard and understood, she'll begin to associate you with safety, comfort, and desire. But if you brush off her experiences as in the past, she'll start to see you as just another man who doesn't get it. A woman who opens up about her relationship failures is testing your emotional intelligence. Can you handle her pain without making it about you? Can you listen without interrupting or offering solutions she didn't ask for? Can you recognize her triggers and avoid stepping on landmines that could destroy the relationship before it even begins? The men who pass this test are the ones who create lasting attraction. Why? Because women aren't just looking for love. They're looking for emotional safety. They want a man who won't repeat the patterns that hurt them in the past. When you show her that you understand her pain and that you're willing to do things differently, she'll reward you with loyalty, affection, and desire. She'll start to see you as the man who can heal the wounds her past left behind. And when a woman feels healed, she opens herself up to you completely. Her walls come down, her guard drops, and her passion for you becomes undeniable. But this only happens if you're willing to do the work. If you're willing to be the man who listens, learns, and grows. If you're not, she'll leave. Maybe not right away, but eventually. And when she does, you'll be just another name on her list of men who didn't measure up. Number 5. Her emotional core. When a woman reveals her emotional core, you've reached the most sacred part of her being. This is the side of her she doesn't show to the world, the part she keeps hidden behind a mask of strength and independence. Most men never see it because they don't create the space for it to come out. They're too busy trying to impress her with material things or physical dominance, thinking that's what makes a woman fall in love. It's not. What makes a woman truly fall for you is your ability to handle her emotions without running away, without trying to fix them, and without making her feel like she's a burden. When she cries in front of you, she's not being weak. She's showing you the depth of her trust. Women don't cry in front of just anyone. If she's letting you see her tears, it's because she feels safe enough to let down her guard. Most men see this and panic. They either try to stop her from crying or offer solutions she didn't ask for. Both are mistakes. Women don't cry because they want you to solve their problems. They cry because they need to release the emotions they've been holding in. If you try to stop her, you're telling her that her feelings are inconvenient. If you try to fix her, you're making her feel like she's broken. The right move is simple. Be present. Hold her. Let her cry. Don't say, "Don't cry," or "It'll be okay." Just be there. Your presence alone is enough to make her feel supported. And when she feels supported, her attraction to you will skyrocket. Women are turned on by men who can handle their emotional intensity without flinching. They crave men who make them feel safe enough to be vulnerable. When you become that man, she'll give herself to you in ways that go beyond physical intimacy. She'll trust you with her deepest secrets, her wildest dreams, and her darkest fears. She'll see you as the man who gets her, the man who doesn't judge her for being emotional, and the man who knows how to lead her through life's challenges. But if you fail to handle her emotional core, you'll lose her. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but eventually she'll detach. She'll stop sharing her feelings with you, and when that happens, the relationship is as good as over. Women don't leave physically first, they leave emotionally. And once they're gone emotionally, it's nearly impossible to get them back. So don't be the man who ignores her tears or dismisses her emotions. Be the man who embraces them, who understands that her vulnerability is a gift, and who knows that the more you nurture her emotional core, the more she'll crave you, desire you, and love you. You've just uncovered the secrets to a woman's emotional investment. If you've heard these things before but didn't understand their significance, now you do. If you haven't, it's time to reflect on why that is. Women don't share these things with just anyone. When they do, it's a sign that you've reached a level most men never will. Respect that, nurture it, and never take it for granted. Comment below, "She trusts me," if you've felt this connection before. Subscribe to this channel. When you do, you're not just supporting this channel, you're making sure this content reaches more men who need it. Every subscription tells YouTube this message is worth spreading, and together we can help others avoid the mistakes we've all made. Don't just listen, act.